Bueno, compadre, comadre, bienvenido una vez más a la sección de entrevistas y a solo 10 días de tener a la Dire Straits Experience aquí en Madrid, la única banda que es capaz de revivir los sonidos de un grupo que nos cambió la vida, pues tenemos la suerte de tener a la persona que lidera la Dire Straits Experience y que además estuvo metida en Dire Straits desde el 85 hasta el 95. Es Chris White y le tenemos de nuevo en Rock FM. Chris, it's a pleasure to have you here again in Rock FM.
Thanks, Fernando. It's great to be back with you.
Well, it's like 10 days, 10 days away from your concert here. How do you describe the Dire Straits experience nowadays? What is for the people that's going in the first time for your show?
Okay. What we do is we try to give people the experience of what it would have been like to see Dire Straits back in times of Brothers in Arms, or the On Every Street tour, and give a good time and the experience of what it was like then, which means things change every night, things get different, things go this way and that. And that keeps it interesting for us guys, and I think it keeps it interesting for the audience.
Do you have some memories from the 80s while you are playing with the Dire Straits experience?
Yeah, yeah, I do. It reminds me of lots of times. This year, the big thing, the big memory this year, because it was 40 years since Live Aid. I don't think you know about Live Aid because you're too young. But
Yeah.
anyway, uh, so so this year, yeah, it was 40 years since Live Aid, and here in the UK there was a big celebration about Live Aid. So I've been thinking about that a lot this year, and we play a lot of those things in the set with Dire Straits Experience. We'll be playing a lot of those tracks when we come to Madrid.
Not only I know about Live Aid, I know it was your birthday, right? At Live Aid? Huh? Ah, there you
Yeah,
go.
this is tough because yeah, that was my 30th birthday 40 years ago. So you can do the maths on that one, Fernando.
Were you aware of what was happening at Live 8? You know, the enormous concert was going on, or just like another show?
No, it was special. But
Yeah.
it was a special thing for sure. Yeah, it was the first time that something like that had happened. So we all knew it was special. It was a crazy day. It was just insane at Wembley Stadium. There were just every artist you could think of almost was there. Every time you turned around, there was someone else. You know, and the organization was just there were people rushing about all over the place, waiting to go on stage, people bumping into you, all kinds of crazy stuff. But it was a very special day, and we all knew it was a special day uh, for music and for music in the world, really. So for me, still, I'm very, very grateful that I was able to be part of that
Did you
day.
have some problem to get into the stage or something you didn't tell to the people because all of the rush
Yeah,
you have to?
yeah. I was standing at the side of the stage, waiting to go on, standing with Sting and Jack Sonni, and suddenly I got jogged from behind, and it was a couple of guys wheeling a big flight case, and this
Uh-huh.
guy turned around and said, really? This guy just turned around and went, "Get out the bloody way, mate! You're in the way." And as soon as he said that, the stage manager said, "Okay, Dire Straits, you're on. Go, go, go."
Okay, going back to Dire Straits experience that it was concerned at, I've been lucky enough to see you several times, and I've been talking about Terence Reis. Where did you
Uh-huh.
find that person that recreates Mark Knopfler that way?
Yeah, it is incredible, and the way we found we found it actually. It was Alan Clark who found him, a keyboard player from Dire Straits. He was just going through the internet, looking at all kinds of singers to try to find someone who
Ah, through
sounded like.
internet. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, and he came across. He just came across Terence. At that time, Terence was in South Africa
Uh-huh.
and doing some stuff in South Africa, and he just came across and heard this voice and said, "Okay, we've got to call this guy." So called Terence. Terence was in his car, I think, uh, and Alan said, "Hi, Terence. My name's Alan Clark. I'm from Dire Straits." And I think Terence said, "Yeah, of course you are," and put the phone down. So he called back and said, "No, I am Alan Clark from Dire Straits. We wondered if you could come and if you could maybe send us some tracks. We're trying to get something going for a charity thing." So that was how it came together. Thanks to the internet.
That's internet,
It's
no?
incredible.
Nowadays, that goes that way.
Yeah, it goes that way. It
Yeah,
goes that way.
that's cool.
And it's incredible because Terence is so the right person. He has the right guitar technique. Before thinking about playing like Mark, he plays that way naturally. So I don't know. It was kind of the universe was with us on that one.
Well, I'm talking with my friends about that your concert that is going nowadays, and you know, a member of Dire Straits. I talked to people about you, Chris White, also obviously, and also Terence. That is something unbelievable because you say it's something natural. You know, it's not acting. He's that way.
Yeah, I mean, his voice is that way. He before he was an actor for a long time,
Huh?
and he did. He's a very successful actor in. He always played, and he had some bands, but he's a very successful actor in South Africa. Did lots of voice work. His voice is just that's his voice,
Hmm.
and his guitar. He learned to play guitar in South Africa. He learned from some street musicians who all played fingerstyle, not with a plectrum. They all played, which is what Mark does.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It all came together.
And also, I want to ask you, how does someone want to become a saxophonist? You know, the first time you tell your parents, okay, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a journalist, no, I want to be a saxophonist or a musician. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I yeah. When I was about 10 at school, um, there was a chance that they asked me if I liked to play the violin.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, great, love to play the violin. So I played the violin. I could do it. I was okay for my age, but I didn't love it. Um, so I was playing violin, and then one night I was watching TV with my dad, and one night I saw somebody play saxophone. I can't remember who. It may have been a guy. No, I don't remember. I don't remember who. So the next day I went back to school, and I just thought, wow, that's incredible. The next day I went to school, said to the music teacher, you know, I saw this guy play saxophone, and he said, you know what? I think we've got one. He went to a cupboard and he pulled out this sack
Yeah.
with something in it. And he looked and he said, yeah, saxophone. Take that home and see what you can do with it.
So
That's
your
how
own
it
way.
started. It's a little soprano saxophone, and that was it. I started playing that. And within a month, I knew that's what I wanted to do.
So love in first sight, no, with your instrument.
Saxophone, yeah, 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 it was, yeah, yeah.
And also, I read about it. I don't know if it's true, but you were also going with Pink Floyd for one tour, like in the 90s, but you have like an accident with a motorbike. I don't know if it's true or not, but I would like to ask you about this.
It is true. I had the accident, and actually was in. I was so I had this motorbike accident, quite a big one. My right leg was a pretty big mess.
Oh,
So I ended up in hospital, and about 4 days after I was still in hospital, my phone rang, and it was a guitarist I know called Tim Rennick, who was going to be the MD of that Pink Floyd tour. And I think I said, "Hi Tim." He said, "Hi Chris, I'm doing Pink Floyd. Can you come and do the tour?" And I said, "Sorry, mate. Yeah,
on
I'm in
wheelchair, no?
hospital." So so I couldn't do it, unfortunately.
And nowadays we are recording everything. You know, we take the phone at every meal we have, every concert we go. So, what is the song? We have to take our phones in the show. You have in here the 23rd of October, and record all the song. Which is the one that represents most the Dire Straits experience?
They all do. I don't know. People just should record record the song they like the most, I think. Uh, Money for Nothing is always an exciting song, but then there are things like Telegraph Road and Private Investigations, which are big, big, epic
Yeah.
songs with lots of stuff. So I don't know, just make sure your battery is charged on your phone.
To record all the show. I remember back in last year, back in Paris in the Les Zénith, about Walk of Life. All the French people were staying down, calm, taking some photos, and when Walk of Life, all the front rows start getting up, all the people went crazy. I remember like one of the first moments of the show.
Yeah, yeah. We have a different show to the one you saw
Yeah,
in Paris.
oh, great,
Yeah,
that's great.
yeah. It's a different order, some different songs, some the same, of course. So and so yeah, it's a different running order. It has a different feel, but here in France, we're getting a great reaction.
Okay, Chris,
Liverpool.
just to finish, it's a pleasure to have a member of Dire Straits here with us and with this show you're taking to Madrid. And I'm pretty sure, but I would like you to say that Dire Straits experience is the closest way to feel what the band was on the 80s for me. And I think you all will say that.
I okay, so for me, playing with this band, playing with the Dire Straits experience feels the same. It feels when we started this, I said to Terence, it either has to be as good as Dire Straits, or it's not worth doing. For me, I will stand with this band on any stage in the world and play this music because for me, the experience on stage for me is as good, as much fun, as much energy as it was with Dire Straits back in the 80s and 90s. So I'm very happy that what we do is the right thing, and I hope people from the audience tell me it's the same as Dire Straits
I
was.
wasn't able to watch Dire Straits, but I'm pretty sure was close to what you are doing because it's awesome. So, Chris, it's a pleasure to have you here in Rock FM, and I'm looking forward to see you in 10 days here in Madrid.
Cool. I'm looking forward to seeing you again too, Fernando. Thank you very much for your time today.